So this is something I taught her yesterday for the first time. How to side pass over the barrels. And it took a little bit at first, but she's the kind of horse I think is really going to enjoy this. And she'll really start to like the task here. So she had the most difficulty going over the barrel to my right than she did going to her left. But, you know, that all goes to show you what it was like. Where was she the most sticky before? That right hind foot. She was sticky handling it, so she's sticky about side passing to her left because of her right hind. So I side pass her over to the barrel, then I look at that and I say X. The top of the barrel is X, and that's our task. We're going to go to X, but sideways. That's why I side pass her to the barrel, let her realize this is the task, is going sideways, and then the task is to get over that barrel. So you'll have to correct the weight shift when you're doing this. You see, she wanted to step back, and I go, no, you need to come forward. So there's that sticky right hind, but like I said, she's only done it once. She did it yesterday. I mean, I had her do it 4 times in each direction, but she's only had one lesson doing this. That's good. So if she gets a couple steps in the right direction, relax. Give her a break. Good. So I side pass her all the way around again, and I want to go over it 4 times. And remind her that if I put some emphasis on that right hind, you better move it over. But I don't want to get into an argument when she's over the barrel. If she's sticky in the right hind, I'm going to do it out here somewhere. For you, sweetie. Well, that's a good time to go back up and renew the rubbing of her ears. So here she's a little sticky. I'm going to put a little emphasis on that right hind and say, you need to move that when I tell you to move it. So I look and I go, here's the task. Good girl. So this helps a lot of horses learn where to place their foot, because especially with her, she had a lot of go forward, so they find out that their legs bump into the barrel. So it really helps a horse find out where the heck their feet are. Yeah, good girl. So I look and I go, we're going sideways and we're going this way. You see how she steps on her left front with her right, and that's part of her tenseness in her barrel and her body. And side passing over the barrel helps horses, hey, they start to realize the fact I better pay attention where I'm putting my feet. I'm stepping on myself. And normally I'd do this with 2 barrels, but I only have 1 here, so. So I look. This is the task. Much, much better. Much, much better. She paid attention to her front feet that time. Come on. So after a few lessons of doing this, you'll find out that they know what the task is, and all you're going to have to do is point to the barrel and say, yeah, just side pass across it, and they'll just do it on their own. So, you see, she's much more relaxed about going over towards my left, which would be her right, than she is going the other way. And that really just shows you where she has problems. So I'll look and I'll say, yeah, we're going that way. Good girl. Good girl, honey. So she's pretty smooth and pretty even traveling to her right. I mean, you can see her footfalls are a lot better. She's a lot softer with my suggestions. Girl. Way better going to her right. Way better. And it shows when you get on her. And I got on her yesterday for the first time. And most of that is because, a lot of you probably don't know, last January in 2020, so a little over a year ago, I had a stroke and lost quite a lot of movement to my right leg, which is, thank God, I've recovered from that, but I still have a lot of trouble with my knee joints and my elbow joints, feeling weak and kind of jittery. I told you I was feeling jittery the other day when I was working with her. So I haven't been as gung-ho about getting on a new horse as I would have been 10 years ago. I want to make sure a lot of things are right. And even though a lot of her groundwork has gotten really, really good, and basically she's telling me, hey, listen, get on. You're okay to get on. I'm not going to do anything stupid. But doesn't mean she's going to do everything right. So she did a lot of things wrong, and our first ride wasn't the best. But we got some things sorted out. Good girl. Good girl. So I'm going to get on there and ride her. And I think I explained it in my other video, is that I realized that Jessica and Andy don't understand how to get a horse to place one foot, you know. Place your left front or place your right front or just step over your hindquarters and side pass. So the first thing I teach them is to back up, because backing up and stopping is the same thing. So she had quite a bit of difficulty with that because, well, let's face it, she was a runaway as far as didn't want to be caught. And what's that? Forward, forward, forward. So she's thinking forward, forward, forward. And of course, where's she going to get stuck? On the right hind. She's already shown you this by handling her feet and side passing her. That right hind is sticky. And I had to really put a lot of emphasis on that when I started riding her.